Good morning, all of my cookie agents all over the world. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with me this morning. I'm not going to be here long. I'm just going to discuss this topic about Reggie Shareef Black. Everyone has been asking me, I've been getting DMs, I've been getting emails. So let me give my 2 cents on the case with this guy, Reggie. Um, I didn't want to talk about him because everyone else is talking about him. Y'all know this is not really my thing, but since I do like to talk about relationships, let me give it a shot. Um, so this is what I feel about this guy Reggie. I just feel like it's just not much for me to say when everyone else is, talking about him. I have 5 speaking points on why I feel like Rajee, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. That leads me to believe everything is in a name. That's why I tell people be careful what you name your children. This guy, um, his name, the way it's spelled, it just seemed like he's just not really um, a Black American or American, or maybe he was born in America, but he has some other belief system that probably came from his parents. So by the looks of him, by me just looking at him, what I would say about Reggie or Rajay, I would say that he's not. He's more than likely probably not a Christian, and I'm a Christian, so I'm talking from a Christian standpoint whenever I'm speaking. But I feel like from the looks of him, his features, his phenotype, he looks like he's from uh, the islands, or he's not from America. He doesn't look like American domestic American Black Americans. Okay, so I think number one, I think that he hated his dark skin. Look, I grew up as a dark skinned person in my family. On my dad's side, I was more around my dad's family because my mom left her family to live and be around my dad's family. So I grew up more with my dad's family, and my dad's mom was light skinned. All of her daughters were light skinned, my cousins, and so on and so forth. So um, I wanted to know why was I looking different from my cousin, and my cousin, her cousins were light skinned. So I was around a lot of light skinned people, I would say. So, but I never hated myself because my grandmother, they love me. They praise me because I was her first granddaughter that was born. So I got a lot of love and support there. And then my mom raised me to love myself. But a lot of people, unfortunately, they hate their dark skin. And I think that was the case with this Reggie guy. And I feel like that because the women that he's dated before in the past, his girlfriend, his ex-wife, neither one of them were Black. So I feel like he hated his dark skin. So I feel like there was an internal issue there, right? So that's the first reason why I feel like Reggie decided to end it all. It started off, as a kid with him just not liking himself. So I think that kind of ran kind of deep. Second, I feel that Reggie overcompensated by going to school for so long not to achieve becoming a doctor, only to be second place as a anesthesiologist nurse. Now I can't say his title because I can't enunciate it, and I'm not gonna try and fumble and stumble so y'all can talk about me over here. But I think in his mind, I think that Reggie felt like he was a failure. A lot of people that are from Africa or Caribbean, their parents have these strong beliefs, I guess, because a lot of the ways a lot of them are raised. And see, you have to go to other countries to see this. So being poor in America is not really poor. Now, when you've been to other countries, like they ghetto is the ghetto, like it's really poor. And in some countries, or in most third world countries, if you're poor, that's all you're gonna be. Like you can never ever be rich. That's why everybody flocks to America, because there's so much opportunity. I've even heard a foreigner tell me one time, America is easy. What are you crying for? And that's stuck with me because it's like, okay, well, when I started traveling and going to other countries, I was like, okay, I understand what they mean when they say, because in other countries, as I was mentioning, once you are where you are, like being on placed on where you was born or who you were born to, like you can never ever become anything else. So when a foreigner told me that, America is easy, I was like, okay. And I started putting that to work, and that changed, that set the motion for my future. Like I always felt like they're right. There's nothing that I can't do. We in America, like there's so many laws that can help us out. It's no reason for no one to be poor in America, especially if you American born, you a Native American, you was born here. It's no reason. Like if you poor, it's because you want to be. You don't have no hustle in you. You're not working hard. So back to what I was saying, I feel like Reggie, his parents probably applied all this pressure to him. You gotta be a doctor. That's how they are. You either gotta be a doctor or a lawyer, especially like with like African people I know. Like if you ain't a doctor or a lawyer, you basically ain't shit. Like they parents don't look at other ways of becoming successful. So I feel like he probably felt like he was a failure. But even though he wasn't an anesthesiologist, he was a nurse to the anesthesiologist. Shit, they still make really good money, like so it's all mindset. Number three, they said he was a follower of Kevin Samuels. I think that he followed Kevin Samuels and he had this mindset. Hey, Tatiana, thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I think that he thought that, okay, I'm listening to Kevin Samuels. I'm on my purpose. I'm doing all these things or whatever, right? And, he had this stuff engraved in his mind, which a lot of men do, and y'all are really just scoring yourself up. And if you're listening to Kevin, then you understand Kevin has made a shift. He's making shifts. Kevin contradicts himself all the time. He talks about these certain type of women, then you'll see him all buttering up to them, like for instance, for Tom, with the woman Tommy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Tom, he talks about women like her, like she was a teen mom, she's a grandmother, and she's in her 30s, but he's always like, you know, clout chasing her. So I wouldn't listen to a person that's always contradicting themselves anyway. So this guy's listening to Kevin Samuels. That's another reason why I feel like, he screwed up or whatever. Then number four, this guy Reggie, you guys, I believe that he molested those children. Here's the reason why. In the video before he ended it all, he said, I cannot go to jail. I worked for CPS before my past, and it takes a lot to prove a person to be a sex offender. Like you don't just get a sex offender jacket. Like there has to be DNA. There has to be proof. They don't traditionally just go off of what a person says. Are there cases where people have lied on people? Of course there are, especially when it's a white against a black person. Yes, and those things have happened and people have went to jail, unfortunately. But they're trying to eliminate that, and they work really hard on having a smoking gun before they give someone that sex offender jacket. So I feel like he probably did molest his children, and that's why he was like he can't go to jail, because he must have saw somewhere where it wasn't looking good for him. Because I don't know if you guys know, but the backstory to that is his ex-wife had had filed some documents against him stating that he did something to these children, and that's why she wanted to keep them away from him. So it wasn't all into works completely yet, because he was still able to see the children. So she was working on that, from what I've heard. I don't have any facts. I don't know how proof this is. You guys got to fact check what I've heard, and I've heard this from YouTube and the news and different things like that. So I'm not sure. So you guys don't take what I'm saying and run off with it and say, "Oh, well, Smart Cookie said this." Yeah, but I don't really know. Yeah, I'm saying this because this is what I've heard. So that's why he was into it with the ex-wife, right? So he said that she caused him all this demise. She was the person that made him start being depressed, first. So he leaves her, then he goes and gets with this other woman. Okay, so you go and get with another woman and you still having problems? Boo boo. At this point, you the problem. Anybody, I would tell anyone, when you're having a lot of problems with a lot of people, everybody not lying on you. Everybody can be lying. And it's okay. You just go and work on yourself, fix yourself. If everyone's saying you're not a good person, they're saying this bad things about you, there must be some type of truth to that, and all you can do is work on it. Okay, so the fifth and final thing that I have to say about why I feel like Reggie ended it all. Hi, Gordon. Thanks for joining us. I feel that getting caught, like I said, with the daughters, he was on the verge of getting caught and he took the coward way out because he couldn't get no submission from these ladies. He was probably thinking to himself, it's never gonna happen. Hey Chris, good morning. Or it's lunchtime over there where you at, Chris. So thanks for tuning in on your lunch break. I think that Reggie felt like, well, shoot, I can't get none of these women to be submissive to me because there's also allegations that are out, or there's some proof that there's three other complaints against Reggie. And I get this from the Poor Black Man. If you go over to his channel, he has a more in-depth video. Well, there's three other cases against him where he had did some domestic things to some other women, or two, or maybe the girlfriends were included in this. But there's three cases out on him where there's like a no contact order or something along those lines, where he's done something in his past to women to where there's some cases out there against him, right? So I feel like he felt like I can't get no submission. I picked the woman. I did the whole Kevin Samuels formula and it didn't work out to me, or it didn't work out for me. And I get this from, I don't know if you guys used to watch Boondocks, but Boondocks used to have these rapper characters. And there was one on there named Gangstalicious. And then there was another one. I can't think of the other rapper's name, but the other rapper was trying to be successful. So he was like, I've listened to the other rappers. I've done auto tune. I'm cooking up crack. I'm doing all this stuff like the other rappers are doing. And why can't I get that success? And the reason why is because you just have to be yourself. You just have to be authentic. You can't, some formulas work for some things in life, but like with this Kevin Samuel stuff, this stuff does not work. You have to be your own man. It's okay to have confidence, but you can't just follow somebody else's life and think that's going to work out for you, because you have to create your own life and create your own success. So you can be inspired by others, but you can't take the exact same path that someone else took and think that you're going to be successful. So I feel like all these things was running through his mind. I've done all this stuff and it's just not working out for me. I stayed away from Black women. I got my education. I make good money. Why am I still not getting submission out of a woman? Why am I still not getting the love and attention I feel like I should deserve? Because there was something internally going on with him that he needed to fix. And Reggie apparently was not willing to do the work, because at heart he was a coward at best. Because only a coward would take themselves out and take their kid's mother out. Why would you take your kid's mother out when if you say you love your children, that's contradicting yourself. If you love your kids, you wouldn't want to do anything that hurts them. And a lot of people don't understand that. So what I would say to men, if you're in a situation like this and everyone is saying these things about you, or if you got 5 people saying these things about you, you got 3 people saying these things about you, you need to take a break, take a step back, take a pause, go be alone and do some internal work on yourself. Your soul needs some surgery at this point, So don't take the coward way out. Like I said before in videos before, if you don't want to be here, take yourself out. Don't hurt other people. So now his kids, he will have a legacy of being a coward. They're going to grow up, and hopefully in the weeks from now, because his daughters are only 4 and 5. So hopefully in weeks from now, we will get some more explanation. Hopefully they will interview the children and we'll find out if they were really molested, or if the mom just told them to just say these things. And, it's all going to come out. Time tells everything. But I want to thank you guys for joining and tuning in with me this morning. I just wanted to give my thoughts on what happened with this guy, Reggie Shareef Black. It's very it's very unfortunate. This is around Christmas time, and this guy decided to do something like this. Just stay safe, you guys. There's so much going on. We got COVID still out here, or cappuccino. We got cappuccino still out here going around. There's so many other things to worry about than to be focused on relationships that are not working out. You can easily walk away. You can easily meet somebody else. You can easily go and work on yourself. It's not worth it, you guys. So stay safe. Enjoy the small things about life. Cherish things like driving to work and coming back home safe and untouched. We got to really start thinking about the smaller things that we should be grateful for. And that's all that I have for you guys. I will see y'all later on tonight at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And just know that Smart Cookie loves all of my cookie agents. And I will see you guys tonight. Bye-bye.